Hey guys, it's me, Helena. Welcome back to Cosmic Compass. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about business and astrology. This episode is for the aspiring astrologers out there who are ready to get started with the life of their dreams, to become the highest, best locational astrologer, if that's something that calls to you, with skill, excellence, and integrity. If you're ready to get started building the life of your dreams, because astrology is the future, astrocartography specifically, it's been reported by Allied Market Research that astrology is expected to be worth $22.8 billion by the year 2031, a huge increase from the $12.8 billion that it was forecasted at in 2022. Astrology is just picking up speed. And if you're ready to catch the wave and specialize uniquely in a specific niche within astrology, which, to be honest, I find will bring you more abundance, wealth, prosperity, and help you become more sought after in your field, if you're ready to specialize in locational astrology, now is the time. And so with this episode, I want to just sit with you and talk about the 5 things that I would do right now if I were just getting started and I wanted to be a fully booked, full-time astrologer. If I were just starting, this is what I would do. Let's get started with the episode. If you don't know my story about how I got started with astrology, it's really actually very simple. I got the idea in meditation. I was in the Akashic Records. I said the pathway prayer out loud. I was sitting on my yoga mat with a cup of coffee in the morning in Corsica. I was living in Il Rus, beautiful beachside view. It was an incredible place to live. By the way, our rent was like 700 euros a month. All the people who are like, rent is so expensive, come to France and don't go to Paris. Paris is way too expensive. Don't do Paris. It's crazy expensive. But if you go somewhere like Corsica or Strasbourg or Biarritz, our rent for all of these years have been between 600 euros to 750 euros every single year. This beachside apartment overlooking the beach, 700 euros a month. All the people that are so like complaining about rent, I'm like, guys, move to Europe. Come on, move to Europe if you can. If you have the opportunity to get a digital nomad visa, to work from Zoom, to work from your laptop and make money from overseas, come over here to Europe. Seriously, what's holding you back? This is just one of the many reasons why you should become an astrologer. One of the many reasons why you should start your own business so you can make money from, sources online so that you can fund your life and get a digital nomad visa so that you can live abroad in Europe. One of the easiest ways to move to Europe is get a digital nomad visa. Mercury and Gemini rant aside, I got the idea in meditation when I opened up the pathway prayer to the Akashic Records. I was sitting in this space, and I've been opening the Akashic Records in my own life, personal life, for many years, since 2018, when someone first told me about the word Akashic Records, and my whole body went, oh, I need to know about this. What is the Akashic Records? It was like a full body knowing. And when you know that something resonates in your heart and being and soul, you have to explore it. And so I've always been using the Akashic Records since 2018 to help me make decisions in life, to do things. Started my YouTube channel on slow living from the Akashic Records, got the idea in the Akashic Records. My astrocartography business started from the Akashic Records. And so in that meditative space, I got the download out of nowhere. You should talk about astrocartography. You should write a blog post. You should make a YouTube video. I started that day. I was so excited. My whole body lit up with pure joy and excitement. I got my notebook out and I wrote a list of videos that I wanted to make. Posted a blog, I made a video right away. And that's where this business started. I'm now a over 7-figure entrepreneur, made over $1 million last year as an astrologer. This is the life of my dreams. And it's not just money, it's freedom, it's meaning, it's fulfillment, it's purpose. Every day I wake up excited to get out of bed, eager to jump and pursue my passion and my calling and do what lights me up, which is astrology and helping people relocate to places that best support them. And so my first tip for you, if you want to be fully booked, is to get online. And no, you don't have to put your face out there and like talk on the internet, although I will say that will help with sales. One of the biggest reasons that people booked me when I first started and I had like no followers and no clients at the very beginning of my business, people told me it was because of me and my energy on camera, talking about what I loved. I loved astrocartography. I was passionate about it and people could feel that. People resonate with your energy and how you explain things, and how you do it will be different from how I do it. My energy will be different from yours and the next person. Your ideal clients are going to resonate with you, your message, your energy, your style, your flair, your creative heart, your experiences. So if you share what you love on the internet and you talk about it, you're definitely going to get a lot more attention, recognition, sales. It's a trickle-down effect. Video content is for sure king. If you want to go viral right away, get on Reels on Instagram. Start now. Social media, online marketing. And a lot of people, they flinch when I say this because a lot of my clients do not want to be on social media. I'm surprised. A lot of my students and my clients, they are afraid of being on social media. And I do think it's because the ruler of my 11th house, which represents followers, fan base, the people that like your work, the ruler of them is in the 8th house of the idle place, not wanting to be seen. So I get it. I understand this is a pain point in my audience. I know a lot of you don't want to be online or be on social media, but I have to say, if you had to start today, get online and start talking. Post content every day. And I gotta say, all the people that are like, it takes time to post. No, it doesn't. It takes me 5 minutes to post a reel. It takes me 10 minutes max to post a reel. If I'm working a little bit harder, sometimes it'll take me 15 minutes. It depends on the reel. But I've got systems in place. I've been doing it for so long, it's easy. I can do it in my sleep at this point. Making a reel is as easy as breathing. Posting content on the internet, easy as breathing and eating. Seriously, the sooner that you get onto social media, take advantage of this prosperous time. That is prosperous a word? The sooner you take advantage of this prosperous time right now with Uranus and Gemini trining Pluto and Aquarius, Jupiter and Cancer. It's a Venus and Jupiter conjunction as I'm recording this. Take advantage of this time that we have right now. Get online, get on social media, use this time with the North Node in Pisces. Take advantage of this now and get on social media and start making reels. If I were just getting started today, the first thing I would do is start a social media account, all about me. And I don't want to say it's all about me because it's not narcissistic. It's just like sharing what I like. Get on the internet and share what you like. Share what you love. Share your passions. Share what excites you. You don't have to have 2 different accounts for different subjects. Create an account with all your favorite things. And when you zero in and focus on your target of this is what I want to be known for, and start talking about that all the damn time, your people will find you. This is the time for growth. Get on social media. It's free marketing. You don't have to pay for advertising when you get on social media. The second thing that I would do if I wanted to become a fully booked astrologer right now, if I were just starting over, aside from getting on social media, that's the first thing you want to do. Second thing you want to do is you want to create an email list. I recommend Flowdesk. Flowdesk is really easy, intuitive, simple to use. I've been using it for years. I actually delight and enjoy putting emails together and sending them off through Flowdesk. I've done MailChimp. I've tried ConvertKit. It's not intuitive. It's not simple. And honestly, if it's not simple, quick, and easy for me, I'm never going to do it. I'm just going to procrastinate and it's never going to happen. So for me, it has to be nice, has to be pretty, has to be easy to use. I recommend Flowdesk. You got to start an email list because I'm telling you, social media, it's an algorithm. It's algorithm based. If you don't have a popular video, none of your followers are going to see it. It doesn't matter how many followers you have. You might get 1% of your audience seeing your content. This is why you need to create an email list. Do not rely on social media algorithms for your business. Your business is prime real estate, and you need a prime real estate foundation to sustain your business. As an astrologer, you have to be an entrepreneur, a business owner. And to be a strong, successful, abundant astrologer, you need to think like a business owner. And so this means getting an email list and creating a freebie, which is essentially a free gift or free creation in exchange for someone's email. Now, once you get all of this together, which is a process, but it doesn't have to be. Like I created my cheat sheet freebie in 2 days. Was it a day or 2 days max? Email lists, easy to set up an email. And I recommend Flowdesk and you should definitely check out my link to Flowdesk. That'll give you, I think it's like a month's free, gives you some sort of free thing or free perk. If you use my link down below in the description in the show notes of this episode, you can get Flowdesk and try it and see what you think, see what you like. I love it. Let me tell you, email marketing, email newsletters, number one way that I make money in my business. It's not Instagram. It's not, as sure as hell, not YouTube. It's not the podcast. It's not anything else. It's my email list. So if you're going to be a smart business person and you want to make money being a full-time astrologer, you need to get an email list. You need to create a freebie. I recommend Flowdesk. Be smart about the foundations and the longevity of your business. It is your business, your bills that you have to pay. So you want to set a sturdy foundation. Tip number 3, you want to lock in your messaging. What do I mean by messaging? A lot of people don't know messaging because they don't understand or know, because it's a skill. It really is a skill. It's a tool. They don't know how to write to influence. They don't know how to write to sell. They don't know how to share stories that convert. They're writing content that inspires, but it's not solving people's problems. People don't know the difference between writing for fun and pleasure and joy, like creative writing, versus writing for sales. That's messaging. And messaging is very specific, and there's a whole framework that you'll need when you're talking about messaging and copywriting. I'm fascinated by copywriting and messaging. Like, I study this. I love psychologically understanding how when you string words together, it influences people. I just find it fascinating. And the book that I really recommend in getting started with this is the book called Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller. This was a book that changed the game for me when I first sold my first course. When I first sold my first course, the relocation astrology course, back in April 23, I made over 50K from the first launch. My first course, I made over 50K. And it was because I was really leaning into that book and understanding messaging and marketing and how you word things and how you copy and frameworks. Because here's the thing, no one's going to buy from you if you don't know how to sell them what you're offering. What you have to offer is a massive service, and it solves people's problems. It is your job and duty to shout it from the rooftop and to be excited about your offer. If you are not excited about what you have created, you're not going to sell well. If you're not excited about what you made and that you're selling, you're not going to do well financially. It's not going to come back because you're not excited. You can't get behind the offering. This is why, one, like the energetics have to be in alignment, which is backing yourself up and getting so behind the offer and being genuinely so thrilled and excited. The energy that I feel when I'm in a launch is like, it's insane that people wouldn't want to buy this course. Like it's literally like in my head, it's ludicrous. It's crazy to me when someone wants to learn from me and they want to learn that subject, but they don't invest because they don't see the return on investment. They don't see how quick they can make that money back if they commit and dedicate themselves and are convicted in showing up, doing the work, and investing themselves in their businesses and their lives. Like, to me, when I'm selling something and you see me in launch mode, I genuinely don't understand when people don't buy. Now, here's the thing. I don't want to say that because some people are just in time frames in their life when like they can't. They're busy, they can't, right? Or like something's going on in their life. Like they just had a loss of a father or a parent or something and they can't learn a course or learn from a course right now. I get that. But the people who are genuinely excited and want to learn from you or want to buy your offering, buy your creation, but they have self-limiting beliefs that are self-sabotaging them and stopping them from actually doing what they want to do and taking the leap of faith, taking the action that could actually hugely up-level their lives, like that, if they chose to commit and invest themselves, that is what stops people. Honestly, it's not money. I mean, I've invested so much in my own business and life. I mean, I'm not recommending that you do this. Okay, so I just want to make that very clear. I'm not recommending that you do this, but I've invested in myself through credit cards. My first business coach, very expensive, 6 months, $30K. I invested because I knew the return on investment that I was going to get because I believed in myself and I trusted myself that I would make it back in a week. That level of conviction, in belief, in self-mastery, that is the energy of being a good teacher, but a good salesperson, a good marketer, someone who's an entrepreneur, a good business owner, someone who creates the life of their dreams. They get there, they have the abundance because they believe in themselves more than anyone else, and they're so convicted in their offerings because they know how it's going to change their life. They invest abundantly and generously because they know that money is going to change their life. That is the return on investment, the awareness of how much your life could change very quickly. My life changed in a year. Let's never forget that my life changed in a year. I always say this. I went from making $11,000 on YouTube to being a 6-figure astrologer within 1 year's time frame because I invested in myself. I invested in my coach. I went for it 100%. I was going all in. I was taking action every day. I invested in myself, okay? And even today, I invest in myself. I have my coach. I have a breathwork person I work with. I have my Reiki person I work with. I have my energy healer I work with. I am always investing in myself because I am the prime real estate for my business. When I am well, when my energy is well, I can serve the world and make a huge impact on everyone else around me. My business then does well. My life does well. My marriage does well. My husband and I have so much peace and happiness because we're not stressed about money. Fun fact, the hardest years of our entire relationship and marriage were when we were broke and poor and we were constantly arguing over money. Hardest years of our relationship were those years, right before we got married. Ooh, that was hard, wasn't it, honey? Rough, right, babe? He's right in front of me. He's like nodding his head as I was starting to talk about it. He was like, yup, I know. Hardest years of our marriage was when we were broke. Being broke is not fun, okay? Let's just put it plainly. People are like, oh, you're all about money, materialistic. I mean, yeah, I'm a Taurus. I like nice things. I want a good quality life. Who doesn't? I want freedom. Who doesn't? But let me tell you, the amount of problems that can be solved in your life when you have money, problems go away. Issues go away. Things my husband and I used to fight about, hard marriage problems or relationship problems back then, we don't have those problems anymore because we're taken care of. There's peace. We also don't have kids. Alex wanted me to say that. We also don't have kids. So, child-free by choice. There's a reason for it. I've got big plans for my life. We got big things we're doing here. Anyway, what was I saying? Okay. Investing in your messaging, investing in your business skill set so that you know how to write good copy, so that you know how to framework ideas. And by the way, I don't use AI for my copy. Let's just get one thing straight. Let's get one thing straight right now, okay? I don't use AI for my copy. I write my sales pages. I write my stuff. I also have a copywriter if I don't want to write, or like I've had the relocation astrology course, I wrote that sales page and then I hired her to like redo it because I knew it could have been better. It's a good investment to have someone who's solid skills in something so that you can outsource if you need to focus on other things like teaching, writing books, getting on camera, right? All the other things. Know your genius, zero in on your genius, know your edge, and delegate and outsource the work and the tasks that are not in your zone of genius so that you don't waste time. Because time is the most valuable, important currency there is. If you can get something off your plate, give it to someone who's an expert in that so you can focus on your genius to expedite your growth. It's another little secret, bonus secret right there. Know how to do copy and messaging. And this is not AI, because the thing about AI, people know AI voice. People can read a piece of captions or sales page and they know it's AI. We're not stupid. We're humans. We're not stupid. We know. And there's something inhuman about AI voice. It just doesn't feel real. And there's also just no personal originality and nuance and story and perspective. Like, share your experiences in your sales copy. Share your life experiences and your astrology experiences. Share your transit experiences, your client experiences in your captions. Those are teaching examples for your students and your clients, right? Putting your energy, your personality, your voice, your stories into your copy is going to be key. There's a lot of messaging frameworks that I use in all of my sales, my story slides, my sales pages, everything. And I teach this in the Fully Booked Astrologer, which, if you pay in full for the certification program, Locational Astrology Certification Program is open now. Doors are closing September 18th. You can get the early bird discount now if you want to be part of the live cohort. It's a 1-year program, very special, very beloved, very exclusive. If you want to join this program, and a little bonus, little side tip, if you do pay in full, you get the 8-hour Fully Booked Astrologer bundle. Not to mention, even if you don't buy in full, there's like tons of business modules. I think we have over like 12 hours of business modules where I talk about all of my secrets, everything that I've learned being a successful astrologer. Going from $11,000 a year being a YouTuber to 6 figures as an astrologer. I teach you everything only in the certification program, the Locational Astrology Certification Program. It's epic, it's generous, it's heart-filled. There's so much there. There's so many perks to it. Like, you get certified, there's a test assessment, there's quizzes, live class calls, pre-recorded videos, workbooks, and at the end, once you get certified, you can join my recommended reader list. So you can start booking clients as soon as possible and kickstart the astrology business of your dreams. So if you want to join the Relocation Astrologer Rolodex, my newest offering that's coming out in the spring of 2026, so excited for this new project. I had the idea just randomly out of nowhere. I was on vacation, just dropped in my head, the idea, the name, the picture, everything, the whole setup, the program. So excited. It launches in the spring of 2026. If you want to be part of it, start booking readings and specialize uniquely in locational astrology, you can get started. Check out the link down below in the description in the show notes of this video if you want to get more information on the certification program. Again, this is a 1-year program. It's a live cohort, and doors will close on September 18th and will not open until the following year. So if you do have an inkling, a calling on your heart, and you want to take a leap of faith and trust yourself and invest in your future up level and your business, check out the link in the certification if your intuition and your body, your gut, your heart feels like it's an aligned fit. I'll see you there. Tip is to get interviewed everywhere. I believe there is an app. What's the app called? I think it's called Matchmaker. It's an app where you can match with other podcasters and do like collaborations, get on their podcast, they can come on your show. But you want to just start putting yourself out there, collaborations with people, focusing on specific niches and industries that you want to be seen in front of. And this is why it's really important to know your ideal audience. I call them your kindred spirit. It's important to know your ideal kindred spirit because when you're writing these copy, the frameworks, the messaging, when you're on social media making content, you're thinking about them. You're thinking about who this person is. I know this person like the back of my hand. I'm best friends with her in my head. I know her zodiac sign. I know her sun, moon, rising. I know her name. I know what she does for work. I know where she lives. I know who my ideal client kindred spirit is. And so when I'm talking online, I am speaking to them. I am talking to them, right? And so when you know who that person is, like the back of your hand, it's in your bones, it's in your energy, you just know this person. You might want to be friends with this person, right? Who do you like hanging out with? That's a really great way to connect with your ideal client. It's like, what kind of people do you like to be around? Who do you like to be around? And one of the things I've learned in business over even the last year, like I've really learned this, is I used to try to target an audience in a specific niche within astrology. And I've realized in the last 3 months that my audience is actually not there. I've been targeting the wrong crowd. I've been targeting the wrong audience. And I've been pivoting and trying to make an adjustment and a pivot over the last 3 months of adjusting my client and my audience and where I'm pitching myself. So I reach out to podcasts. I hired my mother as my publicist. Hi, Mom, if you're listening. I hired my mom as my publicist. She needed money. She needed a job. And I'm an abundant astrologer. I can give her a job and pay her. She loves doing it. She was my publicist literally as a kid growing up doing musical theater and theater. She got me in all the newspapers, all the news stations, all the TV shows. She was just my stage mom, just getting me everywhere. So proud. I love you, Mom. But she's my publicist now. And I give her a list every month of podcasts I want to be on or people that I know of, their markets, their industries, their YouTube channels, where I know my client is over there. I want to get in front of those people. And so I've been having I've been in the middle of a process of getting out of one space and getting into another space. And so a lot of that, I've been losing a lot of followers. I've been losing a lot of old audience members because those people from an old audience, they found me from a different platform or a different podcast, which is not a podcast I want to be associated with anymore. It's not a crowd that I want to be connected with anymore. And this is just a personal thing. And I'm not going to tell you if you're curious about who it is or what it is, I'm not telling you, but it's a personal thing. But I'm just saying that sometimes you need to test and experiment to know where you want to be in front of. What niche within a niche do you need to get in front of? Because what you think you need to be in front of, you test it, experiment it, go on a podcast, get interviewed on a YouTube channel that has that kind of audience. You might find that that's not your ideal audience. I've been on a lot of podcasts where I've realized very quickly after one podcast in a new niche that, my audience is not there. They poo-poo on astrology. They think it's quackery. They think I'm an MLM freaking scammer, fraud, or whatever. That's not my audience. The people that are in that crowd, that niche, they're not my people. So I'm not doing interviews with people in that niche anymore because I know those people, right? There's two real big takeaways from doing podcast interviews. The first one is you're going to learn a lot about who your ideal kindred spirit is, who your ideal client avatar is. And once you've locked in who this person is, that you know them like they're your best friend, you can speak to them directly through your marketing, your messaging, your sales, your communication, your videos, everything. Honestly, you're just being yourself, but you're being with a friend who you'd like to hang with who speaks the same language as you, right? I'm not speaking to specific crowds anymore. I'm not trying to fluff my language to appeal to a certain audience. I'm me, I'm who I am, and I'm going to find and attract and repel the people that are right for me. So when you know that, you will attract and repel, and that is the goal as an entrepreneur, as a strong, bold business owner. You need to be comfortable attracting and repelling. And this doesn't have to be a bad thing. This is simply being you. You will stand out from the crowd. There's so many astrologers out there. There's so many astrologers out there. But it's not oversaturated. Because when you lean into your genius and what makes you unique and special, and you lock in your voice and your personality and your energy of who you are, and you dial that up and focus, that's where you stand out from everyone else, especially if you specialize. Next really great thing about being on podcasts and doing collaborations with people is you get in front of their audience. You can tag them. And also, you never know where someone from that podcast will find you. Like when I was just getting started doing astrology, a lot of the people that found me, I was on tiny, small podcasts, and I would get one reading from someone on that podcast. I would get the sister of the host. I would get the cousin of the host. I would get one person who found that podcast. They would listen to me and book me. That's how my business started, was doing podcasts. And then from there, you want to spread that everywhere. You know, it's like having multiple advertising platforms. You have podcast collaborations. You do social media. You have a blog. You have an email list, right? You're advertising on a directory, or you were certified in the locational astrology certification program, and now you're in the relocation astrologer Rolodex, complimentary, free of charge. Be a part of that list. Oh, my husband is laughing. Why are you laughing, baby? But you want to have lots of different pots, so that if one pot dries up that month, you have another pot. If one pot dries up, you have another pot. You know, you want to have multiple pots. So advertising in different places. So relocation astrologer Rolodex, great avenue for an advertising platform. It's literally marketing. It's advertising. It's like a billboard. It's like an ad on someone's blog. You're getting attention from someone's blog. That's how they did it back in 2008, 2011, 2010. Ugh, good old days. I miss the blogger days so much. Not a day goes by that I don't miss the blogger days of 2010 and 2011. Anyway, the last point is specialize. My last tip is lock in your specialty. You want to make good money being fully booked, full-time astrologer, specialize. Whether you specialize in solar returns, you specialize in 12th house in astrology, you specialize in relationships, you specialize in the 5th house of creativity, you specialize in location, you specialize in health, you specialize in career astrology, right? Find your specialty, because when you become the sought after expert and you lock in what you're doing and your messaging, people will find you. People will come to you. They're not going to want to come to anyone else, because one, they resonate with your energy that is unique and special and different from any other astrocartographer or whatever astrologer, but also because you are locked into that thing. Powerful. To specialize is to blow up. All right, those are my tips. If you want to get fully booked today, become a fully booked astrologer. These are my tips from me to you. And I've learned this through hard experience. I'm a 3-5 in human design. I literally learn everything through testing, experimenting, data collecting, pivoting, and then revisiting and tweaking along the way. As a business owner, as an entrepreneur, I think this is one of the greatest gifts, is like being an experimenter and testing and playing with things all the time. It's truly a blessing when you approach life from this lens of test and play and experiment and let's see what works and let's see what doesn't and let's play and we can change our minds if we want and we can fix things along the way. That flexibility, that curiosity, that is a key to the success. The successful astrologer is that who is humble, diligent, never gives up, and pivots when need be. All right, I hope you enjoyed this fun business astrology type episode here on Cosmic Compass. It was super fun to make. I love talking about business. It's one of my favorite things to talk about. The reviews, testimonials from the fully booked astrology bundle were insane. One of the best weekends of my life was teaching that course. Unreal. 8 hours. It was supposed to be like 3 hours. It ended up being 8. It's all recorded and available in the certification program as an add-on if you pay in full. But there's so many business modules and everything in the program. If you want to kickstart your life, kickstart your business, check out the certification down below in the show notes. I'm so excited to see you there if your heart feels it's a fit. And I hope that these tips and valuable lessons that I've learned as an experimenter in my life help support you on your journey to becoming a thriving, abundant, successful, and fulfilled astrologer. Have a magical day, and I'll see you in the next episode here on Cosmic Compass. See you in the next one.